Well, Indonesia's President Joko Widodo on Wednesday welcomed Japanese investments into his country following talks with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida held in Tokyo, Japan. Now, speaking at a news conference after the meeting, President Widodo asked for Japanese support in helping Indonesia achieve its net zero emissions target. Indonesia is hosting the G20 summit later this year, and both leaders said that they would work together in various areas. During a news conference, Kishida said he expressed his intention to support the improvement of maritime security capabilities to ensure peace and security in the waters around Indonesia. Other discussions on a wide range of issues like energy, investment, and trade were also held.
Dan saya menyambut baik sejumlah investasi baru Jepang di Indonesia dan sangat menghargai proyek-proyek yang diselesaikan tepat waktu dan mengundang investasi baru Jepang lainnya di berbagai bidang. Kami terus mengharapkan dukungan pengetahuan dan teknologi baru Jepang untuk mendukung beberapa proyek strategis Indonesia, terutama untuk hilirisasi komoditas alam, pengembangan mobil dan motor listrik, serta sektor kesehatan dan pangan. Secara khusus saya mengajak Jepang untuk mendukung percepatan pencapaian target net zero emission Indonesia melalui advokasi inovatif teknologi seperti teknologi hidrogen dan amonia.
開かれたインド太平洋の新たな展開とインド太平洋に関する ASEAN アウトルックの実現に資する具体的な協力、エネルギーや投資をはじめとする幅広い二国間関係、さらには本年、ジョコ大統領が議長を務められる G20 サミットに向けた協力について議論をし、各分野で緊密に連携していくことを確認いたしました。
And to know more about Indonesian President Joko Widodo's trip to Japan, we are joined by Metro Globe Network's Japan contributor, Shaoying, who is coming to us live from Tokyo, Japan. Hi, Shaoying. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Yeah, good evening. Yes.
All right. So as we know, President Joko Widodo's trip to Japan is part of his overall East Asia trip from China, Japan, and then South Korea as well. So just talk to us about Indonesian President Joko Widodo's agenda, especially with his meeting with Japan's Prime Minister, and also just how significant is President Widodo's visit to Japan, Shaoying?
Yeah, this time our President Joko Widodo arrived in Japan, has a very tight agenda. I mean, he only have one day to finish all the schedule, which is related to the deal with trading and offering more investment for Japanese business to invest in Indonesia, covering many sectors. So yeah, thankfully that Japan's they finished the project on time, but there are some projects that Indonesian President Joko Widodo has them to speed up. For instance, like the MRT, which is from north-south-east phase second and the phase 1 in Jakarta, and also the industrial area in Papua, and plus the harbor, which is in Patimban, and also the highway toll, which is now still under development, under construction by the Japan, but the project is not done yet. So our government asked them to speed up a bit faster. And then there's one more thing is the agreement, which is already signed by the previous Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, and our previous President, Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono, which we call as IJPA, is abbreviation of Indonesia-Japan Economic Partnership Agreement. So they're going to revise and reschedule, renew the agreement, and they're going to make sign the contract, and they agreed to sign the contract to renew the agreement on this November in Bali in the G20 KTT. So what is the IJPA? Is really contained of 11 sectors, which is first one is the trade in goods, and trade in service, custom procedures, investment, energy and mineral resources, intellectual properties, government procurement and competition, and the improvement of business environment and promotion of business confidence. And lastly is cooperation. That is the main purpose also of this meeting. I mean, this meeting, they're going to resign a renewed IJPA also. That's I can tell you. Yeah, back to studio.
Right, so as you mentioned just now, there's a lot of things covering that will strengthen or bolster economic ties between Indonesia and Japan. Now, can you also tell us more in detail regarding maybe the investment and maybe the business deals with some of the Japanese companies, and also reports of inviting JBIC to invest in Indonesia, and also reports of Indonesia lifting import restrictions with Japan? Shaoying, tell us more about that.
Yeah, about the export from Indonesia to Japan. Yeah, our President Joko Widodo also requests that Japan to reduce or even lift the extra tariff. I mean, like the custom tax or import tax for Indonesian foods, including tuna fish, banana, and also pineapple. And lastly, last but not least, is the mango. But as we know that banana in Japan is very hard and very competitive because we have the very huge competitor here from Philippines. In Tokyo, let's say, we can get banana from Philippines only with 99 yen. It's around like maybe 10,000 rupiah. So we can get the banana very cheap from Philippines. For Indonesia to export banana to Japan, probably they will have to, compete with Philippines banana. It's quite competitive. I mean, there's not much profit they can take from banana. So I have a little bit pessimistic over the bananas, this sector. But if you talk about mango, yeah, I have very positive, I see this is very good potential to export mango to Japan, because until now, the mango price in Japan is quite high and the market demand is quite high. So I see that I have more optimistic for mango of Indonesia to export to Japan. We can compete 100% with mango from even Philippines or Thailand, because I'm sure that Indonesian people love Indonesian mango much better than other Southeast Asian countries. So yeah, I can say this is good. If Japan agreed to lift up the tariff and reduce the tax, import tax, and so the price will be very competitive in the end market in Japan. That's 100% for sure for these commodities. Yeah, back to the studio.
Right, so some things to be worked on, but as you mentioned, for some Indonesian exports to Japan, some positive sort of improvements there as well, especially during this trip, President Joko Widodo's trip to Japan. Very short, as you mentioned, just one day. But seems like there was a lot of positive improvements. Shaoying, our contributor live from Tokyo, Japan, thank you so much for joining us.